Hello once again. In this most fascinating position where clearly white appears to be at a significant disadvantage in material and all of black's pawns are still on the board, it does look as though white is up against it. Very curious position and not that easy to solve. As usual, you need to find the key move. This is a white to checkmate in 5 moves. What would you say the key move is here? And what is the threat? What should we be trying to do? Any play down here, such as putting the bishop here, and when the king goes to the B line, putting the bishop on the C line with discovered check, totally useless. I tried it, that was my first thought, just didn't work at all. I looked at bishop C4 as well with the idea of playing bishop D5 mate, but it doesn't work. So what would you say is the key move? But those are good ideas, especially the bishop C4, but go a bit further. Do you see it? That's right, the key move is bishop D3, and what we're threatening here is not bishop D5, but bishop E4 mate. We're controlling the B line with the rook, of course. Now, just to get the what may be regarded as little nuisance factors out the way before we go into the 2 main lines. This looks as though it causes problems, but it doesn't really, because all that you need to do is to follow through with bishop to E4 check. The king comes to there. You see it? Yeah, of course you see it. Knight A4 is checkmate, so that is not a problem. So just keep that one in mind. It looks a nuisance, but it isn't. So what other little move is there that you might consider, but it doesn't form part of the 2 main lines? Well, this, of course, but where this would work and does work if you'd played bishop C4, because of course then you'd be putting your bishop on D5 and black can capture it. It doesn't work here because all that he can do is interpose and then you take it with checkmate. So that is neither use nor ornament as well. Is there anything else? No, I think we've covered them nicely. So let's get into the 2 main replies after one bishop to D3, like I say, threatening bishop E4. Just before we look at the replies, can you see the first reply? Can you see both of them? What we're wanting to do here is to deflect the rooks away from where they're really needed. So I think that tells you, in the case of the rook on H4, we don't want that on the H line. Why don't we want it on the H line? Well, that will become clear shortly. And we don't want this on the A line for the same reason, more or less. So let's look at the first reply. Rook takes G5, designed to stop bishop E4. Right. Does it? Well, let's have a look. We're playing here. And what are we threatening there? Well, we're threatening that. Checkmate. So the bishop has to go to B4. Now you notice how the bishop is occupying the square that really is needed by the knight. So what does white do here? How does he wrap this game up in 3 more moves? And this will become clear why black's rook now on the G line is of no use to him. Well, congrats to anyone who's seen it. I did spot this, yep. I got all of this right, so that's another feather in my cap. Knight takes E5, check. Black's reply is forced. He has nothing else. And what do we do now? Well, we play bishop to C4, which was an earlier idea of mine, if you recall, so that we can play bishop to D5. And now no matter what black does, it is bishop D5. And you notice what I've been saying, that if the rook had been here, what could he have done? That's right, he could have put him in check. But with the rook being here, it doesn't matter what he does now, You can play anything that you like. There is absolutely no defense to bishop d5 checkmate. Good one, isn't it? So let's put that back and have a look at the second main line, which is by no means obvious. Okay, we've played bishop d3 and we've tried rook takes g4, which doesn't work. So what's the other line, would you say? It is with the rook. Where does it go? Well, yes, it has to go here to stop bishop e4. Check. So how do we reply to this? Do we play knight to c4? No. No, we don't play knight to c4. We play instead bishop to c4. This is the opposite. Now, what's going on here? What's he wanting to do? Well, he's wanting to play bishop d5, isn't he? He's wanting to go in here. That's fair enough. Now, of course, the knight can go here. Do you remember me saying before, better to have the bishop on d3 to go here, and then he can only interpose, because if you try and play it now, he takes it. So what do? Well, we do something very unusual. We play bishop b5. I've already put a video on here where we try bishop d5, and when that doesn't work, we try bishop b5, and here we are again. Do you see the signs? This is the good thing about doing these puzzles, and no wonder Magnus Carlsen recommends them. That's why, because it's a test for the brain, it's a workout, and it's also giving you a clear-cut idea. If you've seen this position before, something like it, it'll come back to you, and there it is, bishop to b5 check. Now, black only has one reply, and it's to go here. This knight finally comes into operation. Now then, what does white do? Well, now he plays knight to c4, before black has a chance of pushing this pawn and providing him with a flight square. And then in that position, have a good look at it, no matter what black does, can you see the winning move? That's right, there's no defense to knight a5 mate. Now, if this rook had been on a1, let's just put this back for a moment. If this rook had been here, and it's black's move, he could have played here and stopped knight a5. But because we nicely deflected not only that rook, but this one too, he has no defense. He can move the bishop, but it's knight a5. And that is a wonderful problem that I trust you enjoyed. Goodbye to you.